Hi and welcome. I'm here interviewing Kevin Harrison of Roket Oxygen. And today we're going to learn a little bit more about the product itself, what the benefits are, where you can get it, and what actually is the purpose of it. How is it different from the air that we breathe? And what are the benefits for seniors, for athletes, for everyone? So hi, Kevin.
Hi, Annie. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I see you have the product in your
I
hand.
have, yeah. I've got the large can. We've got two cans. This is the largest one, which is 10.4 litres. We've also got a smaller one, which is 6 litres.
Now, let's give a little bit of background about you and how you even got into this. What is your background and why are you so interested in oxygen?
Yeah, okay. So my background's emergency services, and I sort of specialised in trauma training in the fire service in London. And one of the main items of kit that we use all the time is oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
So having sort of taught oxygen administration for many years, it's always been an interest of mine. And seeing the benefits just by putting oxygen on people that are injured in a trauma situation. And that sort of goes nicely over to people in the sports world. So people like Bannister, when he broke the 4-minute mile, people like Arnold, Schwarzenegger, they've all used it in their training and it's helped them recover and train harder. So that was my interest years ago. And then got involved with another brand of oxygen about 10 years ago, which done really well in the UK. And more recently, over the last year or so, I've been involved with Roket, and we've produced their own brand of Roket Oxygen.
Fantastic. Now, why is Roket Oxygen better than other of the other brands out there? What makes it better than those?
Yeah, well, there's two things really. I love the product. I love the concept of the product and how it can help people. But I was always really, deep down, not really impressed with the price point that we had to sell it at. So most other brands out there are sort of anywhere sort of 18 to 20 pounds a can, and we've gone in at £9.99 for a large can. So not only have we come in at a lower price point, we've also come in a higher percentage of oxygen. So others on the market are around 95, 96%, whereas ours is 99.6% oxygen. And we've had that tested by an independent laboratory in the UK. So, yeah, basically it was all about price point and trying to give people a bit more oxygen for their money. So that's what interested me.
So not being greedy, making it accessible.
Pretty much make it, more accessible to everybody, really, because it's got lots of health benefits for lots of different people.
Right. I know you can buy it on the website roketoxygen.com, but you can also buy it on Amazon as well.
Yeah, Amazon and eBay. So there's lots of sales happening on there on a weekly basis, and that's growing every week. Mm-hmm. So we see a lot of repeat customers coming back now to buy the product, so they're obviously enjoying it. And we've just launched in the USA as well in the last week or so. So we're interested to see how that goes.
Fantastic. Now tell me, what is the physiological impact of when oxygen, cleaner oxygen, goes into your body?
Well, we're all aware of sort of higher pollution levels now in the world in general, really. Hence the sort of net zero thing that the UK government's trying to do at the moment, whether you believe in it or not. But for example, in major cities around the world during the summertime, then your oxygen levels are going to drop. So normally in the air that you breathe, it's made up of nitrogen predominantly, 79%, 21% oxygen and a few other bits and pieces. But the main ingredients are oxygen and nitrogen. And what we found is that in sort of bad pollution areas, especially in the summertime, then that oxygen content can drop quite significantly. Now, if you're a COPD person that suffers with emphysema, any other lung complaint, then they're going to find it quite difficult to breathe. Mm-hmm. So even though we're not a medical product, it's still oxygen, and it's portable and it's handy to have in your bag. So for a lot of our elderly customers, as I say, we are not a medical product, and we don't propose that we are, but it does help people that have breathing difficulties just because of what it is.
Great. So I hear it can help with mental clarity and brain fog as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So over the last few years, we had some testing done with Northumbria University, a guy called Dr. Mark Moss, who's an expert in oxygen use. And one test he performed for us was just about, would it improve people's memory? And it was only a short study, but we were quite amazed to see that the end result was that recall, so memory, improved by 15%, which is massive.
Wow.
So that's on that side of it that, that can help all of us. And, I'm thinking people studying for exams, people driving at night time to give you clarity and keep you awake. So there's plenty of uses of the product.
So what is the difference between an energy drink and taking Rocket Oxygen?
Well, obviously an energy drink, as we now know, because lots of people have tested products, it's predominantly sugar and caffeine. And that's just going to give you a massive spike, as we know. So, you can get the jitters through too much caffeine. You're certainly going to get a spike, sugar spike, if you like, through all the amount of sugar that's loaded into these drinks, which means that if you're going to go up, you're going to come down. Although you're not going to get the same massive spike of proposed energy, I suppose you could call it, from an energy drink, but it's not. It's caffeine and sugar. Yeah. With oxygen, you're going to get the clarity. It's going to wake you up. But it's all natural. There's no downside to it. So you're not going to go up and then come down again. It's just going to make you more clearer-headed, give you more clarity, keep you awake. So, yeah, and it's all natural.
Well, now, I know that Rocket Oxygen has partnered with Bath Rugby, in motorsport with Liam Haslam and BMW. And so what for athletes is it doing to those athletes that are actually taking it? Why are those partnerships important?
Well, they're important, obviously, because there's been lots of studies over the years. As I say, for many, many years, athletes have been using oxygen sort of behind the scenes. So it's not been widely publicised. But if you think about it, when you are out of puff, when you're working hard in the gym or training and you're short of breath, it's because your body wants more oxygen. That's why you're breathing hard. So if you can replace that oxygen with, supplemental oxygen like Rocket Oxygen, then the idea is that your rest times get smaller and you're going to get fitter. So that's the whole idea behind it. Now, we've had some good feedback from Bath Rugby. There's been the Nottingham Panthers, which is an ice hockey team. So everyone that's used it has given us some great feedback on the product. I know in America, lots of American football teams, they've always used the really big oxygen cylinders on side of the pitch, but now they're sort of using canned oxygen in the same way because it just helps their sportsmen recover quicker.
So all around, it's just a fantastic portable health accessory, a supplement.
It is, yeah. I mean, lots of people ask us questions about, surely if you have too much, it's poisonous. Yeah, in effect, if you were to, strap on an oxygen cylinder for 24 hours, it wouldn't be that good for you. But we're talking about a very small amount of oxygen in a portable tin can that's just going to help you when and if you need it. So, it's self-administered. It's a lifestyle product. So it's not, as I said before, there is no prescription. It's just something you can buy now on Amazon, on eBay, on our website.
And I guess the important part is to make sure people are educated on how this can benefit them. Now, I know for you have personal experiences as your mother suffers from cluster headaches and migraines, and she's had fantastic results. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I did some reading because my mum suffered with cluster headaches, or trigeminal neuralgia is another word for it, for many, many years. So these are they're terrible headaches. It's called a suicide headache. And I know I did some reading on it. And in America, the Cluster Headache Association of America, one of the items they use to alleviate some of the symptoms is oxygen. So I thought, well, it was worth giving my mum some just to try out. So I gave her some tin cans, and lo and behold, it did help. Now, not massively, it didn't take away the headache completely, but it certainly took the edge off.
Why does it take the edge off?
Because it's anti-inflammatory. And if you think about what's going on in the brain, small blood vessels are contracting, you've got inflammation in the brain. So if you use oxygen, it is a natural anti-inflammatory. So then it's going to calm things down, and hopefully the pain should sort of subside slightly. As I say, it's not a massive cure of all headaches, but it certainly takes the edge off. So because of that, I couldn't keep supplying my mum with tin cans. It wasn't really practical. So she then managed to get a prescription from the NHS for oxygen, which she uses on a daily basis to help with these headaches.
That is so fantastic. It's lovely that you have a product that actually can help people. But not only that, it's priced in a way that is affordable for people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but where I've used to sell the product before, around £22 a can, it was a considered purchase, but now at $9.99 or $6.99, around £7 for a smaller can, it's something that people can try, and it's not going to break the bank, especially at the moment when times are hard and economically we're all struggling. So this product is well placed in the market. The price is right. So yeah, it's a good time to try it.
And I've even heard that Khloe Kardashian uses supplemental oxygen and keeps it in her gym bag.
Yeah, the Kardashians have used it for years. We've seen pictures on boarding private planes using it. They weren't paid to advertise it. They just used the stuff. Lots of sort of A-list stars have used oxygen and continue to use it as part of their daily routine. So it's interesting. And there was another study we had done on the effects on the skin. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, we had an article published in an international magazine, because it was an amazing find. We found that by using supplemental oxygen, it actually improves skin tone and skin color. And that's an amazing thing to have. So, and again, one of the best-selling facials is called an oxygen facial. And as part of that, you actually breathe oxygen. And a lot of people, after they had an oxygen facial, say, wow, that was a really lovely experience. But what they're talking about, yeah, all right, you're going to get a massage of your face and the rest of it, but you're actually breathing in pure oxygen. So that's the thing that's going to make you feel good, clear your head, relax you. So yeah, it's all about the oxygen.
And it'll be opening the capillaries.
Absolutely,
very
yeah.
good for the circulation.
Absolutely.
So this is a great product, because a lot of things we do for beauty and skin. I was a model years ago, so I know how important it is about looking our best. But this is getting it from the inside. Rocket Oxygen will be tackling the problem from the inside out.
Absolutely, yeah. So myself, I try and work out 3 or 4 times a week, and I do use it in the gym, because when you're out of breath, it really makes a difference. You can feel your heart rate slowing down, and you're ready to go again, and that's just going to make you fitter. So it does work. So
how long would that can last? How many inhalations are there in a 10-litre can?
There's approximately 200 inhalations, or 1 second inhalations, which is a normal breath, in a can. So it depends on how you're going to use it, but at the price point, you could quite easily have a couple of small cans in a week. And if you think about what we all spend on coffee now, or if you're a gym goer, what you might spend on a protein drink and vitamins, then it's really not that expensive. If you're really into your fitness, it's just going to get you fitter and help all round.
And of course, you can buy it on rocketoxygen.com on the website, on Amazon and on eBay.
You can.
Well, we're looking forward to trying it. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.